Hello all, Briam here again, and I wanted to give a really brief update today because I'm avoiding the whole Christmas Eve festive spirit for a brief window of time right now, and I wanted to talk to you about a little bit more of INTP stuff, particularly focusing on the label that Kiersey Temperament gives in INTP, which is the label of architect and what that actually means. I think there's a great deal of misunderstanding about the label, that people tend to confine it too much. To my mind, architect implies a builder, yes, but a systematic builder, i.e. a builder of systems. That what we are really interested in is weaving together different pieces to a larger whole. And that covers a wide spectrum of ideas. And so I thought I would give you an example, which is looking outside my window. So come with me now. Okay. So looking out onto a typical urban street, what you have to understand is the way I look at this is not so much as, oh, there's a house. It's what all went into that house, what all made it happen, how was it built, first of all, how did the materials get there, what is needed in the upkeep. All of this is about systems. It's about understanding the systems that allow it to function as it's supposed to, and how it weaves into the larger system as a whole. All of these are tidbits that build onto one another. And really, my fascination with systems is about humankind's natural ability and desire to build more and more complex systems. What a lot of people don't recognize about this is how much goes into a simple urban street, the likes of which you can find anywhere in the country. How many systems have to come together both to build it and maintain it, and how often it works as well as it does. I think people only notice systems when they break down, whereas I like to notice and respect them for what they are, which is incredibly good most of the time. So, what I like to think of systems as is in larger macro scale, but really the label can talk about anything from, say, computer circuitry to the flowchart of a complex organization or company to, an assembly line. All of these things are systems, and the difference between each INTP is about what we apply our systematic thoughts to, what systems interest us. So, although we have a stereotype as being IT geeks, and indeed a lot of computer geeks are INTs of some sort, often INTPs, we are not always interested in that. I myself am interested in human systems. I enjoy politics and I enjoy societal systems, and I have for a very long time. I remember when I was in second grade, I actually diagrammed out the power structure of my class because I saw it that way. That is how I operated for as far back as I can remember, is the grasping of not just people, but how they link together and how authority and influence link them. So, although so-and-so might be class president, I had a good feel for who actually mattered. That sometimes the people with the title don't always matter, and I've always understood that, and I've always understood the dynamic interplay. Which brings me to another point. Actually, it doesn't, but I'm skipping to it anyhow, which is INTPs are definitely fact and information oriented, but what separates us from other types is facts in and of themselves are not what interest us. It's how the facts weave together into a larger whole. That each piece of understanding puts us closer to a larger truth that we're seeking. Either we know it exists and we're building evidence of it, or we want it to exist and we're building towards it. So you will often find INTPs analyzing existing systems, building new ones, creating more efficient versions of old systems. Our love remains, though, the tinkering of systems and their flow. We are not the trivia geeks. We know a lot of obscure information, but it is not the information itself that drives us. It's how the information shapes our understanding of the world around us. That's the passion of what INTP is, and that's what really pushes us towards our career paths and towards our life paths, is what systems influence and drive us, and how best we can understand and improve upon those systems, even creating ones out of whole cloth. A lot of my job right now is actually taking what I know is needed in the community and then creating programs that are tailored to it. So it's taking first principles that I know to be true and constructing larger pieces of infrastructure around them and placing the right people into it. And where the P comes in is I do this because it interests me right now, and I put the right people in place because I know for a fact it won't interest me forever. The general idea may, but I get tired of certain infrastructures, and the only way I stay interested is by either shifting existing ones around, ones that I've already built, tinkering with them further, or by leaving them in capable hands and building something new. It's not my desire. In fact, it's probably my personal hell to have to maintain a system that I cannot tinker with and modify. And a large challenge in this of being an INTP is the introverted piece. The fact that we are interested in systems puts a wide range of jobs at our fingertips. The issue is, being an introverted thinker, we do not always have the influence we need to tinker with certain systems, especially high-end or high-importance systems. So a large part of my life has been building credibility with certain people who can sell the systems that I have invented to the outside world, get the resources I need and bring them back to me. So it's really, Myers-Briggs for me has been a way to grasp new tools, new people as tools, and understand that, one, they don't want my job. In fact, they probably couldn't stand my job. Two, I don't have to do their job for them, that they actually enjoy doing the job they're put in. And three, that no matter how hard I try, they are significantly better at it than I could ever be, or that I am ever interested in becoming. Competence is all very well, and it drives me, but only in as much as the interest is there. It is not enough to simply be competent at everything. I have to want to be competent at it. And that means I have to want to use that skill. So I don't want to be an accountant. I have picked up skills from my major, but only because it was required, and I have no intention of using them. So why would I care about my competence? Better to find somebody who was interested and bring them in to my larger system if I need an accountant than trying to make do on my own. To a certain extent, that is what drives an INTP into the larger community. Outside of the general human desire for some sense of community, we have a drive to find others who can further our systems, further our understanding of the world as a system, and test us and challenge us in our understanding of that. I really find that I would much rather have a group of competent people who enjoyed what they were doing, who challenged me consistently, than have all the skills, even if I could match each skill of each person If I could do them all myself, I still wouldn't want to, because the only way I grow in my understanding of the system and its efficiency and the world as a whole is by having other people in that system functioning in it and giving me different viewpoints. So that's really what drives me to link in with other people professionally, is that growing understanding that I can't do it all myself and I don't want to do it all myself. So it's 10 minutes. And I really need to get cleaned up for Christmas Eve dinner, so I will talk to you later.